We left off page 10. We left off, we're at the fourth line. Just go back a little. We're on page Yud 10. He had said that if a person takes control of his life and he dominates and he's nidbak b'boro, he attaches himself, he cleaves to his maker, his creator, and he utilizes the world only to be a medium to assist him to serve his creator. Hu misaleh v'olam atzum misaleh imo. He becomes advanced and the world becomes advanced. Ki hine ilu godu labrius kulam bios mishamshe odom hasholem is very important. He writes about this in the Derech Hashem. Ki ilu godu hu labrius. This individual, this is the tzaddik, the person who utilizes existence solely for its initial purpose, for avodas Hashem. Hine hu ilu godu labrius kulam. He causes a great level of advancement for all existence. Why? Because they're accommodating the Odom HaSholem, the person who's the complete person, who has the sanctity of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So who's the beneficiary of this? The one who provides what's needed for that person to function in this context, that person will be, he says, become advanced. It's interesting. There's a mitzvah, ubotidbok. You should cleave to Hashem, positive commandment. So the Gemara asks, how could you, it says Hashem is fire. Could you cleave to fire? Can't associate with fire, you'll be consumed. So it says, Botidbok is you should be associated with Talmidei Chachamim. You should eat and drink with Talmidei Chachamim. You should marry your daughter to a Talmud Chacham. You should try to provide a means of livelihood for the Talmud Chacham. Any level of association with Talmud Chacham, that's Botidbok. He is the medium through which you attach yourself to Hashem. That's a Gemara. What's the Ramchal saying? You have the person who utilizes existence specifically for this person to advance himself, to sanctify himself. So he's cleaving to his Borei, this special person. So he says anyone who facilitates or accommodates that individual, that Odom HaSholem, who's cleaved to, attaches himself, that person will be elevated and advanced to a great degree. Although he's not the tzaddik. He's not the holy person. Why? Because that's Botidbok. It's literally, that's exactly what it means. You know, the light that existed, Hashem said V'yor. The V'yor is not the light that we have today. Right? The light we have, that's Yom Revi. That's the luminaries. That it says, HaKadosh Baruch Hu gonzel letzadikim lo ased lavo. That's the light. Okay? V'ukima she'omer zechron v'roch v'nyo or shegnoza HaKadosh Baruch Hu letzadikim zel l'shonam. V'keim et shura or shegnoza HaKadosh Baruch Hu letzadikim somach. When he saw the light that he hid away from the tzaddikim, Somach Hashem rejoiced. Shenemar, or tzaddikim yisboch. The light, because of the light of tzaddikim yisboch, ubidyin avnei hamokom, shelokech Yaakov vinu v'som rashosov. Omru Reb Yitzchak Mlamish in skaptzu kulam mokom echod, v'hoyse kol achas omeres ola yiniach tzadik rosho. Right, Rashi cites it. Initially he took avonim, plural, and it says Vayikacho Even. When he awoken, they were bonded together. They were one entity. How did they become one? Because every stone Seronach Olai Yinich Tzadik Rosh. What do it mean? Don't speak. You know, they don't speak. Every entity in existence has a spiritual counterpart, and that's why it exists. If you read Maharal, he speaks about there's the forces, the spiritual forces, and they evolve, and ultimately it becomes a physical entity. But there's a continuous flow of spiritual energy which allows that to exist. And it has to do with malachim. There's a malach which is created to be responsible for that. So we're not talking about the inanimate stone. We're talking about the power behind the stone, the spiritual influence which causes that stone to exist. What does that exist? That spirituality. Right? All existence exists only l'chlodi barosiv, to bring glory to Hashem. So who's bringing glory to Hashem? The tzaddik. That's exactly, that is what existence is, the bria, creation. So therefore, if you have the tzaddik, each aspect of creation wants to be associated with the tzaddik. Olai tzaddik roshi. So if this is the inanimate stone, so if a human being wants to be associated with a tzaddik to assist him in his needs, right? So again, he says that's nis'aleh. It becomes advanced. Anything that's associated becomes advanced. The Maharal writes in the Derech Hashem, person's an ordinary person, and you dedicate your life for a special tzaddik, although at your level of performance you're lagging behind, but because of your association with the tzaddik, you advance yourself almost to the level of the tzaddik. Because without your association, without your assistance to the tzaddik cannot function in his capacity. Therefore, the tzaddik's capacity at the advanced level is attributed to the one who assists him in that capacity. It's understood. That's understood. Well, Ramchal. The Ramchal says this, not a Gemara.
We know there's a force in the world that if you stay close to something, that you're able to catch yourself.
First, if you read the order of the way the Arachaim HaKodesh explains it, it says, those who will bless you are already blessed. See, the person that has, no, it's the Arachaim. So the person hasn't yet blessed. If you tell me the one who blesses you will be blessed, no, that is, but here he's already blessing the one pre-blessing. So he hasn't yet done anything yet. The Gemara says that a person who gives wine to a Talmud Chacham to drink, it's what? It's like he poured libations on the mizbeach. Kilo having the sochim. So what does that mean? The gullet of the tzaddik of this person when he drinks it, he's the equivalent of the mizbeach. What's the understanding? Again, what is he a representation of? He's kedusha, right? It says you give him a gift. It's kilu hevi bikurim. It's like you brought bikurim to the Beis Hamikdash. You touch the bikurim to the mizbeach. When you give it to this person, it's kilu hevi bikurim. But again, it's this concept over here. Yes.
Okay, when we say Kibin Shara Kadosh Baruch Hu Or should come to the Tzaddik from Samach, I originally typed it that he was happy, said, "Oh, like I did a good job," but that's not what it means.
No.
He's happy that the tzaddikim that look what they're going to have.
No, the light is happy.
The light
The
is
happy, the light. That's what we say. Like the stone is happy.
Samach's referring on the light.
The light.
itself?
Yep.
The light was happy because that's what it was created for.
That's what it was created for.
I got it. Wow,
So it's interesting. This is in the negative to a degree. The Arachaim HaKodesh at the beginning of Chukas. David, you used to learn to paraphrase the Arachaim, right, in English? Does it work? Okay. So the Arachaim writes, we find that the remains of a Jew, not only does it contaminate upon contact, but even by oil. If you're under the same roof with that, the intensity of the contamination is so overwhelming, you become contaminated. A goy, his remains is questionable. But a Jew, everybody agrees. It's machlokes Rav Shimon Yochai and the Chachamim. Now the question is, why? Why is there such an intense level of contamination, even not through contact, even if you're under the same roof? And what the Ohr HaChaim says, he says something interesting. He says that everything that to exist has to be sustained. Now Hashem, when He created this world, He created nether forces. They're referred to kochas hatuma. Has to do with the balance of existence. So even the nether force has to be sustained, right? Otherwise it can't exist. Hashem has to will that it should exist. So it needs chiyus. It needs a source of what? Of life. What's the source of life? Hashem wills that it should be. So it's the connection to Hashem. That's what gives it its function and its existence. He says, what is the body? The body is a receptacle for the neshama. The neshama is the most intense entity of kedusha in existence, greater than the malach, greater than anything. The neshama of a Jew, more than anything. Now, when the neshama vacates the body, it's like you have a perfume bottle. Even if you empty the perfume bottle, there's a trace of what? Of the perfume. So there's a scent of the perfume still in the receptacle, in the bottle. Even after the neshama leaves the body, there is certain aspects there's a trace of the kedusha of the neshama in the body. As long as the neshama is in the body, the nether forces are repelled. Because the intensity of the kedusha, they can't attach themselves. But the moment the person dies, the person's helpless. So what's going to repel it? So all these nether forces, endless numbers, they're like parasites. They attach themselves to the person to suck out, literally, like a parasite, the kedusha of the neshama, which is associated with the body. That overwhelming level of these nether forces attaching themselves creates such an intensity of tumah that it's metami bo'el. What? Goyas, but it's not a Jews. It's a different level. It's only contact. No, if you touch it, no, they do attach themselves. Wait, they do attach themselves, but not to that degree. So he gives Moshel Medovadomir. He says what it's analogous to. Some people, if they cringe, they have a problem with the Moshel of the Ohr HaChaim HaKadosh. And I'm predicating because I don't want anybody to cringe here. He says, what is it analogous to? You have a pail of fruit nectar, vash tamorim, the nectar of dates, and you empty the pail. So even after you empty the pail, there's a residue of the nectar of dates. What is attracted there? All kinds of rodents and insects in a serious way. Let's say you have a pail of manure, and you empty it. It's going to attract rodents, but not to the same degree. He says the Jew is the receptacle with vash tamorim. Therefore, overwhelmingly, everything and anything is attracted. The body of the goy, when the neshama vacates, it's like it's dli moli zevil, that has just been emptied. So that's what he said to Ohr HaChaim. Therefore, it's only contact, negiah, but it's not oil. To be continued.
You have to, in this